Well, it's Uncommon Fossil, and they're talking about a deck that's a lot of fun when it works. It doesn't quite work as often as I would like, I will say, but it's still a reasonable deck to play and high in the fun factor. It's a Tsareena EX deck. It's a stage 2 water Pokemon. It's one that changes type from grass to water. And we'll see the water's nice. We can use Irida when we get into the cards, the trainers and such. So stage 2, we're playing a 4/1 3-line 3 EX is one of the stage 1. Which you can drop the stage 1 if you're looking for deck space. I like having it. I just think it helps the deck over the course of the game enough that it's worth the include. It's got 310 HP, so decently tanky. It's weak to metal, which isn't you don't see a ton of metal now, right? So that's not a bad weakness. And it's got 2 attacks. The first one's the big one for 1 energy, so you can also heal it off, which is nice with Cheryl if you would choose to. And that's Icicle Soul. For 1 grass, you put damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon until the remaining HP is 30. So it goes to 30. Now, if they evolve, then it adds the HP gets whatever that bump is from the evolution Pokemon. So you really want to do it on final evolutions where you get to 30 HP, and then we're setting up our opponents so that they can't attack and play the game for a bit. We'll get into those pieces shortly. And then you have this other attack that is useful, and some matchups it becomes even the predominant attack, but usually it's kind of the secondary attack for 2 grass energy. Trop Kick does 180 damage. It heals 30 from this Pokemon, recovers from all special conditions. So if there is damage, obviously the healing is nice. And 180 to finish things off that you might have hit with Icicle Soul, or enough to one-shot an opponent's Pokemon, then that can be the right play. Okay. Getting into the rest of the deck, I'll just hit the engine, which is a 2/2 Bibarel. Obviously, a simple engine gives us some draw. A stage 1 Industrious Incisors, right? You draw the F5 cards in hand, which is fine. We need an engine. We need a simple engine so you can put down 1 Bibarel, maybe even 2, depending how the game plays out. Then we have we have another attacker and another ability to really mess with our opponent. The other attacking Pokemon is a stage 1 Hisuian Braviary. We play a 2/1 line, 2 basics, 1 of the stage 1. And Eerie Cry attack. We don't really use the second attack ever. We could, it's 3 colors, but Eerie Cry for no energy. You put 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon that has any damage counters on it. So 3 damage counters, 30 damage in other words. And of course, with Tsareena EX, we are putting our opponents at 30 HP. So boom, we're knocking out a Pokemon, or even better, a bunch of Pokemon. A lot of times you get your opponents, use Tsareena EX's attack to get 3. So we get 6, so we can take 6 prizes in 1 turn with Hisuian Braviary, right? You put damage counters with Tsareena EX on 3 multi-prize Pokemon. Hisuian Braviary, boom, for game. We go from 0 prizes taken to 6 prizes taken in 1 turn. That is part of the fun of the deck. The other Pokemon we're playing is another stage 2, like Tsareena, another water one, which is useful. It's a 2/0/1 line, so no stage 1. It makes it tougher to set up, unfortunately, but it's super, super good. And this is Frigid Room abilities why it's here. We cannot attack with it at all, but your opponent's Pokemon that have 40 HP or less can't attack. So that's super, super good, right? Obviously, we get their attacking Pokemon down to 30 HP with Tsareena EX's attack, and then they can attack. So we have the tool to stop getting damage happening for Pokemon with 30 HP, with low damage, with 40 HP or less. But here they can't even attack. That means something like Sableye can't place damage counters on you as well, because that doesn't actually damage you. It places damage counters, but it can't use its attack as well, or a mill deck couldn't mill or anything like that. So very, very nice Pokemon here. It's tough to get set up. That's the one side. Getting it set up doesn't happen as often as I like. I could lean into it heavier. I've kind of taken some different strategies, put them together in this deck, trying to be a bit of bringing everything in the deck. Maybe a little more focus on one strategy or another would be better. But when I try a deck, I want to try out all that it has. I will say which can hurt consistency a bit. All right, 8 basic grass energies. I think this is enough in the deck. So we're attacking with 1 energy most of the time. So you don't need a ton of energy, but we do have to get it into hand, of course. or attached to our Pokemon, or else we can't attack. All right, let's get into the trainers here. One counter catcher. We're falling behind a decent amount of time. Counter catcher, just really good, right? You gust up opponent's Pokemon if you're behind in prizes. One Cheryl. Again, Cheryl's good. Tsareena attacks for 1 energy. It's an evolution Pokemon. Most of our Pokemon, actually they all evolve, right? They all become evolution Pokemon. So Cheryl can heal any and all of them. You discard energy when you heal, which is why it's important with having an attacker like Tsareena that you can attack for 1 energy, so you can heal if you're not knocked out and still attack that same turn. 1 Escape Rope. That's our only switching card, so obviously be careful against stall decks. But deck space is an issue. You can give the deck a little more focus, and then you get deck space for additional cards, I will say. 3 Level Balls. Partly like that because I am playing the stage 1 Steenee, I guess is how we pronounce it. And obviously it gets all of our basic Pokemons as well as the 1 stage 1. So Level Ball is better than Nest Ball in this deck. I'll just hit the Pokemon search while I started it. For Battle VIP Pass, we need a bunch of basics in play turn 1. So getting Battle VIP Pass is often key to the game, working or not. And 50-50, probably less than 50% of the time is actually when you get Battle VIP Pass in play. You get to play at turn 1, so that's a big question of success, is doing that. We also play 3 Ultra Balls, discard 2 cards, search for any Pokemon you want. Obviously, we have a lot of evolutions, and except for that 1 stage 1, they're all higher than 90 HP, so we need Ultra Ball to get these Pokemon. The other Pokemon search card is Irida. I think that's next on the list anyway. Search your deck for a water Pokemon and an item card. Obviously, we play 4 Rare Candies. Not a surprise there, so you can get your Rare Candy and your Tsareena or your Vanilluxe Pokemon, just looking up to make sure I got the name correct there. So really good there to help us set up a deck like this. Irida's very, very good. So we play 3 Pass to the Peak. We don't have V's. We don't have Roblox Pokemon with abilities, so shutting our opponent down is important way to win. It makes it harder to get the tools. We could play, Town Store, I think, the stadium that searches for tools, which would be nice because we do play Panic Mask, but getting that's a little inconsistent. So Town Store would make it. Let me make sure I got the name right here. Yeah, Town Store. Search your deck for a tool, right? You know what that is. So, but Path to the Peak messes with a lot of decks, so that's what I've gone with here. I'll jump to Panic Mask. That is the 1 tool we play. Very nice. Prevent all damage done to the Pokemon this card's attached to by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon with 40 HP or less. Sorry, getting like Level Ball number stuck in my head. So 40 HP or less remaining that can't attack. Obviously, Tsareena puts them down to 30. So Panic Mask stops your opponent from attacking that 1 Pokemon, which is good, or damaging. They can still hit that Pokemon with a tool attached with something like Sableye. And obviously, none of the other Pokemon are protected from it. So it's less effective than the Vanilluxe, but it's easier to set up. Very, very nice there. Oh, the other tool we play, silly on my part, is Technical Machine Devolution. It's a nice counter. It's only used in a few games, probably, from my experience. So maybe do you cut it? You could for something else, but Devolution, it's very good in a number of situations, though. For 1 energy, this tool then allows you to use the attack, and obviously you put your opponent's evolved Pokemon, the highest evolution stage, into their hand. And if we've hit them already with the Tsareena EX's attack, by devolving them, they're likely to get knocked out, right? Which is good. And even if we haven't done damage, if it's a Rare Candy deck, then devolving is very disruptive to those decks as well. So it's a nice option in the deck for sure. 3 Iono, good supporter early game, get 6 fresh cards, or draw. Or late game, put your opponent to a small hand, like Iono PAL when they're down to like 2 prizes remaining. Makes life tough for a lot of opponents. 2 Arvens, the other supporter we play. Search your deck for an item and a tools list. Does help us get the tools. We only have 2 though, so we have to draw into the Arven. We do have the Bibarel to help draw some cards, of course. 1 Super Rod, we need to puts any combination of 3 Pokemon and our basic energy from the discard pile into our deck. Very good there. We're going to have to use Super Rod most games. Ideally, we don't, We probably need to recover something, and using it wisely is important. And as I already said, the Ultra Ball, the Rare Candy. So that is the 60. I've been playing the deck for a couple days now. I do like this list. It is a lot of fun. It doesn't quite set up as consistently as I like, but let's take a look and see what we can do on the lab. All right, hopefully we get a nice game. We set up well and get to have some fun. Like I said in the intro, the deck's not the most consistent deck. But look, it's not a bad deck. I don't think it's a bad deck, but it's not a top deck either. It's fun. So let's see. Am I going? I go first, which I want to go first. Of course, could be. I assume they're going to take a meaningful attack turn 1. All right. So I missed everything that turn. All right. So 1 mulligan. This is horrible. Basically, Path of the Peak might save my day, but this is a terrible, 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 terrible start. Yeah, I have Irida. I can do something next turn. All right, let's start Lumineon V, though. That's a win for me. Okay, get a Rufflet down, get Path down, end turn. So, look, I have 2 Pokemon in play. I'm not going to get donked, most likely. So that's good, a relief, because I wasn't sure that wasn't where that game was heading. We'll see what they're playing. So a Charizard deck. Maybe they use the TM Evolution, which they still could do. My Path won't mess with them with that. Which case, if they do that, one of the nice things from their perspective, if that's what their deck utilizes, and they can attack with the active if that's the case, right? We'll see what tool they grab, and Pokemon, and item as well. But are they grabbing the Evolution tool? No Forest Seal Stone. Okay. I mean, all right. I mean, it gets them any 1 card, which is nice, of course. They already have Battle VIP Pass. They have Battle VIP Pass, so they're getting going well here. Okay, Rotom, but Rotom's ability is shut down. So therefore, unless they can bump the stadium, and of course they can bump the stadium with Forest Seal Stone. But honestly, if they use it now just to bump Path, that's not so bad. Things could be a lot worse than that, is what I'll say. So Irida, obviously I need to get the basic down. Well, I don't remember the basic, the Bounsweet down. Okay, so right, I've got to get one of him into play. I don't know what else. Of course, I kind of need to. No, I don't want. I don't think I get a. Do I grab a Bidoof? I mean, I grab a water Pokemon. I grab the Vanillite or whatever he's called, the basic of the Vanilluxe. Okay, so collapsed, which is fine. Might have already had that. I don't know. Okay, so all right, that's okay. I'm not sure why they wanted to go second, but I am glad for that. So I need to get him in play. I mean, that's what it is. I'm pretty certain that's my play here. I had too many. You know what I'll say here is I had too many cards in hand, so I didn't want to. And I guess I'll attach Panic Mask. He could get lost, of course. I would have loved to get 2 Bounsweets down because I have the base stage 1 and the stage 2. A lot of times what happens is you start the game, you get 2 basics down in the second turn, and it's not like it never happens, is you get a Rare Candy, get a Tsareena EX evolved, and you get to evolve into a stage 1, so you're attacking that turn, and you're nicely set up for the following turn, which is a really nice combo. We'll see what happens. This has gone very poorly for me, is what I will say. They're going to take a prize. I think I'm going to send up the Bounsweet and hope things come together miraculously for me. Which is really, I need a Rare Candy and I need energy. The Rare Candy energy, I hit the active, and okay, they only have 2 energies in play, so that's good for me. So right now they're not set up to attack with someone else. And ideally I'd get a Path down too, of course. That's asking for a lot, but why not ask for it, right? Iono could, so they didn't attack. Well, that's I'm appreciative of that. I really am. So I'll make this play. I mean, if they gust up my bench guy, it's just bad news for me, right? Just bad news. But hey, they're being super slow here. Super slow, super patient. I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that. So let's see what's in here. So counter catcher is gone. This is a game where, and they played one counter catcher. They may play more, especially taking such a slow approach to the game. It's probably that they probably are playing a comeback style deck. I'm guessing. So what? Justified gloves. Okay, what's that one do again? 30 more to dark type. Okay, so it doesn't matter to me. Okay, well that's good. This is good. It's very good. Okay. So they're getting ready for him to attack as well. All right, well, the ending turn. That's good. So I have this. I'm going to... And I'm going to I'm going to use the Arven too, of course, right? So grab you. Do I have the switching card? Do I have the rope? And I don't have rope and deck, so that's not great. But hey, I still need an engine. I need an engine. Let me play the Arven right now. I think I want to grab... Oh, Devolution. Actually, Devolution would be nice, right? Maybe you know what? I think I'm going to grab a Devolution and just slow him down a turn because I'm not loving my spot here, I got to say. Okay, well, that's not terrible. See what happens here, right? Thin the deck first before I do things. Attach here. I'm going to attack here, but let me use my ability. Don't use the attack ability. See what I hit. I'd love a path, but not to be, so I will attack. And they used a rare candy, so that's great. Bye-bye, and bye-bye. So, look, they can go into their stage one, but they're not attack. I mean, they can rare candy. Again, if they're going to attack, they need a rare candy. So slowing them down is nice. Burned a rare candy. Okay, do they have they have another rare candy, but hey, they're down to, made them use a second rare candy, which is good. So obviously I want a path down to stop using the ability, but that not meant to be. I was hoping that, I was barreled for 4, play 3 path. Obviously you could change the build leader to 4 path, which obviously this matchup helps for sure. I got Pidgeot EX, so that's bad news for sure. But I can get rare candy. I can evolve into a second Tsareena. So it's okay. This is okay. I'm positioned. Look, and I'm behind in prizes, but hey, they can't use counter catcher. So I think I want to grab. I want you, and I want you. That's what I want here. Lost my engine. I've been having a lot of trouble with that today. Obviously, the way I played this has allowed that to happen for sure. 2, I think I sit on the counter catcher still. I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm going to hit into the active, make it so he can't attack. Into my Tsareena, that is, right? They can evolve to the bench guy, which is fine. They probably have him. They don't have any Pokemon on the discard pile, so that's okay. But I have 2 Panic Masks. Obviously, I'd love to get the Vanilluxe evolved. Okay, so I'm losing my tool on my active Tsareena. They don't knock him out though, right? I assume they're gonna chuck him off the active so they can hit into me. They don't take the knockout. I have Iono. So that's what, I don't get knocked out. So not terrible. So I'll leave him in the active. Yeah, I'll leave him in the active. I'm going to Iono. My rope is prize, so I have to remember that. Okay, rod. Irida for next turn is good for sure. All right, so I think I want to get you and you. I don't need another Bidoof in play. If they knock out this Bidoof, then I give up on the Bibarel. Right, but I don't think they're going to target down the Bidoof. That's part of what I'm thinking is they're not going to target him down. So I can knock out the active. I don't have to knock out the active. I have Irida next turn, right? Which is good. So let me. I think I want to knock out the active. That's what I want to do here. So I'm going to take the knockout. I'll go ahead and prizes, which wasn't necessarily my goal. I do heal 30. I don't, they're gonna knock me out though. It doesn't matter there. So, okay, Ultra Ball is nice. This is good. This is solid. Very solid. So, and then once I get the Vanilluxe down, obviously getting rid of my tool doesn't matter. Now they're going to take a 1 price, so they're going to blow up my active. They can attack with the bench guy, right? Because once I can damage, but I can't because the evolving situation. But I only need 2 prizes left, so 240. They blow me up. I'm going to hit into the active. They don't one-shot my active, which is really good. So I'm going to Irida here, I think. All right, I like that energy too. So I have you, and I have you, and I'm going to grab the barrel, just taking a little peek through. I'd like to hit. Yeah, now I want him in play. He's super, super awesome. All right, so I'll get rid of you and you. Grab you. So I have my pieces. So I'm going to, at this point, I'd like to get Path in play just to disrupt my opponent more. So I think I'm going to attach to the bench. No, draw cards. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't attack yet. Just wait. Draw. No need to use Ultra Ball. Okay, so I will damage the active. That's okay. I have Cheryl. That's nice too. They don't knock me out. So if they hit into me, which they might be able to do, I might be able to Cheryl here too. That's an option I like. I just got to keep track of the energy because I'm going to have to switch at some point into the Braviary for game, and in order to do that, I'm going to have to hard retreat because I'm probably going to take my goal at this point is I'm going to take all 4 prizes at once with Hisuian Braviary. So that's the plan. I'm going to take multiple Charizards. So okay, well that's very nice. Okay, that's very nice. So I'm not going to attach yet because I don't know where it goes. I'm going to put damage counters on Rotom V. So now, if I next turn, Hisuian Braviary gives me game, right? I take 4 prizes for game. They can't win this turn. They could stall me, if they gust up. Okay, they're going to bump Path, I'm guessing. I mean, they could bump my tool. The tool doesn't actually help them in this case because the Vanilluxe is actually more powerful. All right, well, that's a mistake because they can't attack, period, right? I mean, they just can't attack. So bumping that tool doesn't help. So I think they weren't paying attention to Vanilluxe there. but I'll just retreat. And so Iono. All right, so I need to hit energy to be able to retreat this turn. But if not, I just keep spreading damage around. All right, well, I can't use counter catcher. Okay, draw my energy, so I have game in hand. We'll see if I get to my turn or not. I think they're in desperation. But I think, right, I think now before that Iono, I think they realize they're in trouble. Okay. So I will, right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will retreat, hard retreat, send up the bravery. Boom, 4 prizes. Life is good. This is the fun part of the deck, right? I stalled them down. I got behind a little bit, but then I stalled out my opponent, and then I spread the damage around and take 4 prizes, right? Or would have taken 4 prizes. They conceded there in the midst, but very, very, that's the deck doing its thing. It's a lot of fun, I got to say, right? Keeping your opponent from attacking and then grabbing a bunch of prizes, always fun. All right, let's see if we get a nice game here. The last game went well. I imagine I'll pulling that. Since I did the introduction, I used to, originally when I made these videos, I would try to do it all live in one shot. I'd record the introduction, go immediately to gameplay, and I would just upload it. Then I said, okay, I kept similar. I'd do the introduction. I'd play some games, and I'd edit out bad games and try to minimize the time between when your game's loading. Then I kind of mixed it up to, which I've been doing lately. I record the gameplay first because I'm building decks and switching around decks and not sure what the final build will be. Do the gameplay, then do the introduction. Today, I've been playing this deck, so I know the list is what I like. So I recorded the intro first, doing the gameplay. There's positives to it. I think I was kind of, what were my mulligans? Just taking a look to see what information I revealed. That's a good thing to do as well. This is not a great start, certainly. So anyway, I had 2 difficult games. I lost 2 losses. One game I didn't set up. The other game, I had some options. The problem is my opponent's attack healed. It was the Skeledirge with the healing. They're weak to the water, which is good, but they were also healing, so it was kind of this back and forth, hitting damage, healing damage, hitting damage, healing damage. And they took out my Bidoof early, so it was a long time before I could get Bibarel. I couldn't draw. Anyway, long game, lost that one. Okay, so send up Mew. Right now, going second means if I hit one of my supporters, Arven or Irida, then I can get Battle VIP Pass. I kind of need Battle VIP Pass to get things going. This is bad, I will say. This is bad. Okay, so let me... I need all these other cards. I need all these cards here. So I'm going to get this guy set up as best as I can and hope they don't have rope. If they rope me, I'm just going to lose the game if they rope. So attach. I can attack next turn. I can wall them off next turn. I'll be top decking with no bench. I mean, that's my best case here. Oh, they could Iono me for a better hand. Worst case is they rope, take out my Bounsweet, and that just ruins my game for sure. But we'll see. All right, I'm losing my tool. That's not great. It's not the worst thing, but it's not good, obviously. They're not doing a lot this turn, it looks like, though. So that's, it's not terrible. I have 2 more tools. I'll evolve here, and I end turn. So obviously, I don't rod. What I have in the deck? 1 energy. I mean, I wish I had the tool. Hopefully, I need the top deck. Something I can get my tool. I can get Arven. Iono would be nice. Just I need, right? When you don't hit Battle VIP Pass turn 1, your game's looking like this. So we will see, right? I need to get the walling off because they don't one-shot me, but they obviously 2-shot my Tsareena EX, and I don't have anything else set up to attack with, so I've got to get things happening here. My opponents started to get things going. So they discarded boss there, right? That's always nice to see a boss go away because it's always disruptive there. But obviously, look, boss is later game. you need to set up first. So I get it. You have to sometimes discard a boss early game because you need the cards in hand and you've got to set up. So, okay. I mean, Path to the Peak is good too. If ideally I get damage on them, get my Panic Mask, and get Path to the Peak in play, because that way they can't get the energy onto the other. Well, they got one. They can manually attach two now. So anyway, they're going to blow me up. I need to top deck something. That's what needs to happen. Otherwise, well, I don't lose this next turn. Like I said, they do not one-shot me. But I'm not in a... Okay, Iono. That's good. No, don't use Rod at this point. I don't know what's in the deck exactly, quite frankly. Okay. Things could be worse. So there we go. The problem is they're going to... I'll put the damage onto the evolved Pokemon, right? You don't put the damage on the unevolved basic because they evolve him and all of a sudden it has a ton of HP. Tsareena, Rare Candy, that's nice. That's nice. I need an energy, though, to be able to attack. I can get my tool next turn. I'll survive, actually, right? So I can get my tool on the Tsareena and start doing things. And the Jirachi stops damage counters from being placed, which... Yeah, I'm placing damage counters or putting damage counters, I think is the same thing. It says prevent all damage from damage counters being placed. This one says it puts damage counters. I don't think there's a distinction there. I think it'd be better if they tightened up the language so it was identical there. So they're going to hit into me. Honestly, if they... Okay, that's actually good for me that that's happening. I know it doesn't seem like it, but... That's actually really good because I can now put damage counters on the other evolved Charizard to 300. And, okay, so they failed the energy. That's okay. I mean, maybe they probably should have put energy onto that other Charmander. Okay, so not bad here, right? Not bad. So I will Arven grab... Ooh, I could. Do I want to? Maybe I should Devolution this turn. Let's think here. What do they have? They're down 2 Rare Candy. Devolution might be the better play here. I'm starting to think. So let me grab Devolution, and I have. And what's the other one? I'll grab. Just get another Pokemon in play here. Okay, I'm liking that. That makes me very happy. It's going to make them very unhappy, I think, and therefore it makes me happy. So play this tool. I'm going to get a Bidoof down, and yeah, that's okay. I mean, and then I'm going to just devolve. Just going to devolve. Right? I mean, they might be able to take the knockout. I could have... So he's knocked out, though, which is nice. So I do take a prize, which is good. Only one prize. Okay, Rufflet. That obviously I want to get him going. Hisuian Rufflet, that is, because just Rufflet, sorry. So I lose my tool, and I can't do it again, but there's a good chance they can't get 2 more Charizards into play, right? I don't know. So Artisan, okay, I like that. That's a good stadium for me. Hopefully they don't bump it. You never know. If they play Worker or something like that, they might use it and bump it. So I want to get Path into play, certainly. So they got rid of one Panic Mask. Okay. So they're going to evolve and knock out my active, I assume. I need to attack. I need to get damage to happen in this turn. So it's that simple, right? So they only have 1 more Rare Candy, though. So that means, and I don't know if they play the stage 1, in which case they might not be able to evolve into Pidgeot EX and Charizard EX, the second one. So they take the knockout. That's okay. Look, I've got to stop them from taking it. I don't want them hitting me this turn. I mean, they don't one-shot me, so it's not the end of the world, but it's certainly not the best thing. All right, let me get a basic into the bench. Yeah, he's really good, obviously. I don't have the stage 1. Oh, wait, is the stage 1 discarded? No. Okay, I don't have the stage 1. He's in the prizes, so that's not great. So I will get you down then. That's what I need to happen there. So evolve you. I think I want to, do I want to ditch? I need to attack, and I need to, I want to maximize my draw this turn, right? That's what I want to do. So I'm going to make this my play. It's dicey. I just want to, look, I want to get more pieces into play here. I got the energy. I got the Arven. Okay. Well, that makes me happy. Makes me happy. So Arven, grab Panic Mask and grab Rod, I think. So I'm going to need Rod. Or you know what? I'm going to grab this guy because this sets up my next turn. Sets up next turn, which I like setting up the next turn. So that, do I want to? No, I don't really need anything else here, right? So I just attack into the active. Even if they can evolve, so they can't use their abilities at the moment on Pidgeot EX or Charizard EX. That's good. This Charizard can't hit into my Tsareena EX. Potentially, look, they could. There's 3 prizes that single prizers they can hit into. They might get rid of my tool here, which will make me sad. In which case, maybe I should have gotten the Rod to get that Vanilla. No, the Vanilluxe was prized, right? I do believe, which makes life difficult. And I don't have the basic to get the Braviary going. Let's see what they grab. I don't know if they have another Lost Vacuum. I'm guessing they want a Lost Vacuum. They use 2 though, so I don't know if they have 3 or not. So they're taking a long look. Might be so Rare Candy. I wonder which way they're going to go here because this is their last Rare Candy. Okay, so getting their attacker, and look, they can manually attach, retreat, and hit into me. The thing is, I'll smack into him with my Panic Mask, and he can't attack either. So I imagine they're not going to get Pidgeot EX into play. They don't have a 4th. They're out of Rare Candies at this point, right? I will double check that. Yes, they probably don't play the stage 1. But we will see. Right, the Pidgeot, right? So, okay, so they couldn't attack. So that is very nice. So let me just see. What do I have? Do I have something here that I want? I will grab... Yeah, I'll grab a stage 1. Why not? Stage 1s are good. I will grab a stage 2. Why not grab a stage? I don't have any stage 2s. All right, so I grab a Rod. And I'll get him on the bench. It's possible he becomes useful, right? It's possible. So let's see. So I need you, and I need you, and I need you, right? Those are the guys I want back. That's okay. Bench you. I'm going to put 2 energies on the active because then I can take knockouts at some point because this might be the game where this Tsareena just does all the heavy lifting, right? Just really does its job for me. So I'm going to hit the guy on the bench, saying you can't damage me either. Okay, I'm liking this. Liking this a lot. So, may just start taking knockouts this next turn. And depending what I draw, if I into that may change my strategy here. Yeah, right. Do I get the Hisuian Braviary? What do I draw into here? So I think I want to. So I'm gonna take out the active, right? I mean, there's like nothing I need here, really, right? I mean, I could. Yeah, I'm just gonna take out the active. Take 2 prizes. Hopefully, I get something good here. And yeah, I mean, I could have worked on evolving. Got a Rufflet. I don't believe I have the Hisuian Braviary though, but maybe I'll bench the Rufflet. So getting the Mew and the active is good for them. Counter catcher. Okay, I mean that's disruptive, and they might gust. And I only have 1 rope in deck, right? That's the first counter catcher that I've seen. Okay, there's no counter catcher in the discard pile, right? They didn't lost zone that. Okay, they didn't counter catcher me. Oh, they can't counter catch me right now, can they? So I think then it gets interesting, right? So they can now. It gets a little weird now, right? So I'm going to bench you. What's my energy situation? That there. All right, so I need to. I think I got an attack here. I think I got to knock them out. They have counter catcher. I don't love that. That's not what I want to see. But look, they're going to counter catcher. They're going to stall me, which is why I attached the Bibarel, right? They have counter catcher. They're going to gust somebody up. That's their play, right? Okay, so Vanilluxe, super, super nice there. That's kind of a dream. Okay. I don't have the Hisuian Braviary, unfortunately, but I can work around that for sure. All right, so see what happens here. I assume they're going to counter catcher me. Look, and I can't devolve them. I mean, I can't put the 30 damage on. So, okay, so that's not terrible. All right, I have the pieces I need. Do I want to? All right, let me level ball just to take a little peek in my deck. I don't have rope there. Is rope in the discard pile? It is. Okay, rope's discarded. So I might as well grab a card to thin, I guess. The thing is, I can't. It makes the barrel less useful by doing that. But anyway, I have the energy. They conceded. So I was, I basically had things locked up. It was a question of I was trying to do what was the quickest way I could have gotten there. I didn't have the game that turn. I would have been 1 prize. I would have taken my second to last prize. And so look, the deck did very well, ranked up there, which I kind of bouncing around these ranks at this tier. So anyway, Tsareena, when it goes, it's a super fun deck. You shut down your opponent from attacking. Then you grab a whole bunch of prizes with Hisuian Braviary, get the Vanilluxe up, just super, super effective, way better. It's actually, the Panic Mask is nice, but when you get Vanilluxe up and they can't do anything, your opponent's at your mercy. You just kind of set things up until, boom, 1 turn, you take the game. So a fun deck. It's, it's about a 500 deck, I would say, which is okay. It's not a top. You're not going to get the highest win rate, but it is effective, and it's a lot of fun. I encourage you to give it a try. I've enjoyed it. Take care.